What's good, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of Mystery Unsolved. It has been quite a while, not that anyone notices, not that anyone cares, but it has been quite a while. I've been on quite a bit of a hiatus. I apologize. We are streaming live from Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, of course, on my channel, The Plasmatic Writer. Welcome to Mystery Unsolved. Double feature tonight. I said I was going to do it at 7. But I became busy. But I'm here now. Let us do this. I'm going to try to put this a little bit over here so that way I'm not looking directly back over. But again, I'll do my best. I apologize if this isn't professional. I'm not a professional, but I do these videos anyway. People enjoy them. What people doesn't really matter. Let's get underway, shall we? The first episode of Mystery Unsolved tonight is on the disappearance of Lars Mittank. Who is that? We're about to find out. Without further ado, Mystery Unsolved. Lars Mittank is a German man who disappeared on July 8, 2014, near Varna Airport in Varna, Bulgaria. Mittank was vacationing at Golden Sands Resort, where he was supposedly involved in a flight and was unable to fly home with his friends for health reasons. Mittank was documented acting strangely while alone in Bulgaria. He called home to his mother, claiming that people were trying to kill him. On the day when he was supposed to fly home, Mittank went to the Varna airport to consult with a doctor. He was later seen on an airport security footage running out of the airport and towards an adjacent forest. He has never been seen since. The case was generated intense interest, and the frequency with which people viewed the footage of him fleeing the airport has led to him being named the most famous missing person on YouTube. That's who he is. For those people that need a little clarification, my hair looks horrible. Got the Mark Davis look going. Don't want that. So yeah, Elisa Lam. Anybody remember Elisa Lam? Lars Mittank. I will raise you, Lars Mittank. Not too shabby looking guy. Sorry to say he went missing, unfortunately. Alright. He was 28. He's been missing now for 10 years, 1 month, and 22 days. Alright. So we have a little rundown on how and why he went missing. Well, how he went missing. We don't know the why. On June 30th, 2014, 28-year-old Lars Mittank traveled with 5 of his friends to Varna, Bulgaria. It was his first journey outside of Germany. The group vacationed at the Golden Sands, a popular seaside resort just outside the city of Varna. The week went by really fast, said Paul Rohan, one of Mittank's friends, in 2016 on German television. We relaxed on the beach, swam in the pool, played football. Football as in soccer, or football? American football. Probably soccer. Went clubbing. He was relaxed. He was in a good mood. Another friend, Tim Skold, said that Mittank did not eat much, and that he would only have a small bowl of soup or a small salad at a time. His friends reported no additional abnormal behavior by Mittank until the final part of the trip. So, right away, soup and salad is that's like appetizer stuff that you eat at Olive Garden. Is it not? Like, it's interesting. Like, was he a health nut? I'm assuming he wasn't. But the fact that his friends were able to remember and recall that he only ate soup and salad, to me, that's a little telling. On July 6, 2014, the day before they were supposed to return home, Mittank and his companions were at a bar in town, and Mittank got into a disagreement with some other German nationals over football. So yeah, it's soccer. Mittank, a fan of the football club SV Werder Bremen, say had differences with fans of FC Bayern Munich. He then parted from his friends outside a restaurant after leaving the bar and disappeared for the rest of the night. So immediately I'm thinking he kind of ran his mouth a little too much, and maybe he was a bit intimidated by these people, and he decided to just call it a night and just tell his friends he was tired or whatever. Mittank turned up at the resort the following morning and told his friends he was beaten up by 4 men hired by the group in the bar whom he disagreed with the night before. See what I mean? The fight resulted in Mittank suffering an injured jaw and a ruptured eardrum. He went and saw a doctor who advised him not to fly due to his injury and prescribed the antibiotic Ceparol. Mittank's friends wanted to stay with him, but he insisted he was fine on his own and told them to follow the original travel plan and fly home on July 7th, which they did. Mittank checked out of the resort the same time as his friends and checked into the hotel Varna for one night. The hotel was cheap and close to the airport. However, a day after his friends left, he began to act paranoid. While at the hotel, Mittank called his mother, Sandra Mittank. In a whisper, he told her that people were trying to kill or rob him, and that she should cancel his credit cards. The closed-circuit television cameras in the hotel recorded him pacing up and down the halls. Remember I brought up Elisa Lam on the elevator at the Cecil? Everyone remember that? Yeah. Reminds me of this. Looking out windows and hiding in an elevator. Look at that. Just like Elisa Lam. And she was paranoid. At 1 a.m., he left the hotel before returning about an hour later. It is not known what he did in the intervening period. In the morning, he once again called his mother, telling her that people pursuing him were getting closer. I'll give my theories at the end. I have a bit of a hunch here as to a possible theory if it doesn't come up. Mittank was last seen at Varna Airport on July 8, 2014, the day that he was hoping to fly home to Germany. He texted his mother that he had arrived at the airport. He went to consult with the airport doctor, Kostov, what a name that is. Kostov later described his behavior as nervous and erratic. According to Kostov, he told Mittank that he was fine and could return home. However, Mittank did not leave his office, expressing doubt about the medication that he was taking. At the time, a construction worker entered the office. The airport was undergoing renovation at the time. Kostov said that Mittank then began to tremble. He yelled, "I don't want to die here. I have to get out of here." He then got up and fled the office. He left behind all of his luggage, which included his wallet, cell phone, and passport. He was captured by airport security cameras fleeing the terminal. Once outside, he can be seen on the footage, jogging away from the airport, climbing a fence, running into a meadow, and sprinting off camera in the direction of an adjacent forest. Those are his last confirmed whereabouts. So I've never seen the video of him on YouTube, but probably going to check it out afterwards. So yeah, definitely weird. The thing to me that I'm going to state right now before I go any further that is telling, he was supposedly beaten up by 4 people. He had a messed up eardrum and he had a busted jaw. There is something else he may have had. Anybody want to take a guess as to what that might be? Concussion. It hasn't been mentioned yet, and I'm not a doctor, but to me, it would explain why he was out at 1 a.m. He didn't go to sleep. It doesn't seem like he slept. Maybe he was so paranoid that the guys were going to come back, and because he had a concussion. I'm going to stop there because that's going to be a theory. But yeah, let us continue. Speculation and subsequent developments. There is no definitive agreement among experts and family members as to the causes of Mittank's behavior and to what extent his paranoia was rooted in reality. Mittank's mother, alongside Bulgarian and German doctors, have speculated that Mittank's unusual behavior was the result of a rare side effect from the antibiotic that he was prescribed, Cephrazil, a cephalosporin. It has been known to induce psychotic side effects, including hallucinations and paranoia. Oh, well, there you go. Case solved. However, according to Kostov, Mittank had not been taking his medication. He didn't take those antibiotics. He didn't even fill out his prescription, Kostov said. So his behavior couldn't have been a result of that. I can't think of a single reason why he left my office in such panic. I'm still confused. His mother said that he had no history of mental illness. However, a mental breakdown caused by an undiagnosed mental illness has been discussed as a possible explanation for his conduct. It is also unknown what happened to Mittank after he fled the airport. With the police unable to determine Lars Mittank's fate, Sandra Mittank hired a private investigator, Andreas Gutig. He checked hospital records for patients without identification, but found nothing. Mittank had experience in hunting, fishing, and trapping, but there is skepticism about whether he would have been able to survive for long outdoors due to intense heat in the summer and lack of food. His mother has expressed interest and belief that he is still alive, possibly having lost his memory. Possible. About a year after his disappearance, a truck driver thought he saw him hitchhiking in Varna. There have been multiple reported sightings of him in several other countries, but none have been confirmed. In 2019, a German truck driver gave a hitchhiker a ride from Dresden to Schindler in Oberhavel, Brandenburg. Where the hell is that? The driver became aware of the Mittank case later and said that the man with him resembled an older version of Mittank. The driver said that the man had long hair and a beard. He said that his eyes seemed tired and his cheekbones were prominent. Mittank has been described as the most famous missing person on YouTube. By May 2018, less than 4 years after his disappearance, the security footage of him in the airport had been viewed more than 16 million times. The mysterious nature of the case has led to frequent discussions and the growth of numerous theories. That's why I'm here, baby. The case remains unsolved. So, Lars Mittank has been missing for 10 years. People claim to have seen him. One truck driver claims to have picked him up, and that he may or may not resemble one missing Lars Mittank. Theories. This doesn't really give me theories. So, with that being said, I look really tired on Instagram, but I look really good on YouTube and Facebook. So, yeah, Instagram, anybody that watches this, I'm not tired. It's just, for some reason, showing the bags under my eyes. I look like one of the ladies from the Masks episode of The Twilight Zone. Anyway, we're moving on. It doesn't give me theories. And I don't feel like looking for another theory, so I'm going to give my own. How many theories do I have? I don't know. Let's just start with my first one that I started to talk about. I think he had a concussion. Does a concussion make you paranoid? Absolutely not. Not that I'm aware of. I think maybe he was really intimidated. Theory number one. He had a concussion. Well, theory number one. He stormed out of the bar because he was really intimidated by those men that he had an argument with over football. Soccer. He then became paranoid. Then I think perhaps they beat him up, which they obviously did because he had a messed up jaw and a ruptured eardrum. Also think he got a concussion. The concussion, I think, messed him up to the point where, aside from being paranoid and having a concussion, it didn't mix. I think that kind of just got to him. Also, I would throw in the fact that the doctor said he didn't take the antibiotics, but it's clearly stated that the antibiotics cause hallucinations and paranoia. But the doctor's like, he didn't take them. It's like, okay, I know you're a doctor, but the man is showing side effects of the antibiotics that he supposedly didn't take. So how do you know for a fact that he didn't take them? He didn't fill out the prescription, but that doesn't mean he didn't take them. And if he's showing side effects, that means he probably took them. And again, if you put that in the fact that he was already paranoid because of the guys that beat him up, and because of the fact that he had a concussion, you put it all together. God, the bag under my eyes really bother me on Instagram. If you put it all together, you get the result that we now know that Lars Mittank is missing. I think that's a pretty damn good theory. I shouldn't even give any more. Theory number 2. There really were people after him, and they weren't done beating the shit out of him the first time, and maybe he wandered off, but maybe the guys tracked him down and murdered him. Who knows? And I know what you're thinking. How would they know where he was? Who knows? Why would they murder him over a soccer dispute? Have you seen people arguing over soccer? They get pretty fucking intense. Pardon my language. It's pretty intense. It would be the craziest thing to murder somebody over. Theory number 3. He jumped the airport fence, went into the woods, and his body's probably still there to this day because he died in the wilderness. He either froze to death, animal got to him, the paranoia and the meds that he was taking or supposedly not taking got to him, and he just passed out and he just died. And his body rotted, and that's where it's been for the last 10 years. I know that's a little gruesome, but hey, you come up with a theory. That's 3 theories. I think that's good. Theory number 4. He didn't die. That truck driver really did pick up one Lars Mittank, who now has long hair. As of 2018, had long hair and a beard. And maybe his mother's right. Maybe he lost his memory. Again, he probably had a goddamn concussion. He was paranoid. He probably took those antibiotics and side effects, but he wasn't taking anything else. And again, I'm not a freaking doctor, but if you put all that together and it goes undiagnosed and you just let the paranoia run wild, you have a serious problem on your hands. You could probably lose your memory. I mean, if you don't die, you could probably lose your memory and have possible other side effects. So yeah, I think theory number 4, he might still be alive, which would be good for his family and friends, but bad for them because he lost his memory and he's out in East Jabunga somewhere, living a different life. Do I have a 5th theory? I do not. Let's just throw a 5th theory in. Let's say he was abducted by aliens. Even though that's probably not the case, but, gonna throw a silly one in there, so I'll throw that one in the bag. But yeah. What do you think happened to Lars Mittank? I know I said I'd stop doing this, but I still ask anyway. Do you think it's one of my 5 theories? Or 4, I should say. I think it's the first one, which is paranoia. He was intimidated by those 4 men. He had a concussion. He was, in fact, taking the antibiotics. And you put all of it together, and he just deteriorated, became even more crazy, and just wandered off. Excuse me. That's what I think. Now, the 18 million views or 16 million views on YouTube of the video, I could give a crap about how many views a video gets on YouTube. I do this, I'm lucky I get 1 view. Never mind 18 million. But I will check out the video, and perhaps, just perhaps, I will do a follow-up video to let you guys know what I thought of the infamous video on YouTube of Lars Mittank. I have been known to do a repeat video once. That was, of course, at the Cecil Hotel. This is a lesser known case, although apparently not according to YouTube. But yeah, I might do a small video to check back in to let you guys know what I thought of the video. So yeah, that was the first video tonight for Mystery Unsolved, the disappearance of Lars Mittank. If you actually watched this on YouTube on the playback and you enjoyed it, please make sure to hit subscribe so you can watch the further videos. Jesus, I just totally botched that. And you'll know when I go live and do these. I'm going to try to become more frequent. I'm not going to promise you anything. It's just the hiatuses will try to stop. I will actually be right back afterwards, right after I end this video, to do these. I can't talk. See? People would edit this out. That's not what I do. I do this live. I do this fresh. You see my errors. That's what I do. This is Mystery Unsolved, the disappearance of Lars Mittank. And coming up next, in a little bit, after I end this video, the second video tonight of my double feature, the disappearance of Joan Reish. I think I'm pronouncing her last name right. For Mystery Unsolved, this is Justin Bienvenue.